is Mansi Shah, Assistant Professor in the Department of Pharmacology, LJ Institute of Pharmacy. I welcome you all in this MOOC video lecture series. So today's discussion topic is regarding anatomy and physiology of heart. So, structure of heart, that is the external structure. Heart, that is a mesodermally derived organ which is situated in the thorax cavity in between two lungs, which is slightly tilted to the left. It has the size of a clenched fist. It is protected by a double-walled membranous bag, pericardium, enclosing the pericardial fluid. Covering of heart is called pericardium, which consists of two layers. Outer layer, that is parietal pericardium, and inner layer, that is visceral pericardium or epicardium, which is made up of simple squamous epithelium. The narrow space in between these two membranes, that is called as pericardial cavity. A serous fluid is present in this cavity. It is called pericardial fluid. It is secreted by the pericardium. Pericardial cavity is a true coelom, that is, as it lies between two layers of mesoderm. Functions of pericardial fluid is that it prevents the heart from external jerks, it prevents moisture to heart, it prevents the two membranes from collapsing, and it prevents the heart from bad effect of friction at the time of contraction. You can see this is the external structure of human heart. It is shown in the figure. Heart of a man is four-chambered. It consists of two auricles and two ventricles. It is pinkish in color and it is conical in shape. The broader upper part of heart, it is called as auricular part or base, and lower conical part, it is called as a ventricular part. Its tip is called apex. In between auricles and ventricles, a clear groove is present which is called as coronary sulcus. This groove is more towards the auricles by the effect of this auricular surface is smaller than ventricles. Auricles. So auricles is that part of the heart which is smaller and dark in color. Its walls are thin. It is divided into right auricle and left auricle by a fissure which is called as interauricular sulcus. It is shifted slightly towards the left. Therefore, out of these two, right auricular surface is bigger than that of the left auricle. Next, that is ventricles. Ventricular part is broad, muscular and of light color. Ventricles have thick walls as compared to that of auricles. The grooves which divide two ventricles are termed as interventricular groove or sulcus. It is oblique or tilted towards right. It does not reach till the tip or apex of the heart. So, the right ventricle is smaller as that compared to that of left ventricle. Left ventricle is more muscular and thick than right ventricle because it has to pump blood into those arteries which take blood throughout the body, while right ventricle has to pump blood only to the lungs. Next, that is systemic heart, pulmonary heart and coronary circulation. So, systemic heart, that is the left part of the heart, that is left auricle and left ventricle, which contains blood which is to be pumped into systemic circulation. Therefore, it is called a systemic heart. The main purpose of such a circulation is to transport oxygen as well as nutrients to the body, tissues, and to remove carbon dioxide and other harmful nitrogenous waste from them. Pulmonary heart, that is right part of the heart, that is right auricle, right ventricle, which contain blood which is to be pumped into pulmonary circulation for oxygenation. Therefore, it is called as pulmonary heart. The pulmonary circulation is responsible for regular oxygenation of impure or deoxygenated blood which is received by right auricle. Next, that is coronary circulation, that is blood supply to heart. The arteries arise from the common origin at arc of aorta. The left and right coronary arteries then further subdivides into a number of branches carrying blood to different regions of heart. This impure blood from heart walls return back via coronary veins which drain into coronary sinus. The coronary sinus opens in the right atrium. This is the internal structure of heart which consists of caval vein, right atrium, left pulmonary veins, pulmonary aorta, systemic arch, tricuspid valves, bicuspid valves, right? Then post caval vein, aorta. So, explaining regarding internal structure of heart. So, first that is cut section of heart. So, the heart is made up of 3 layers from outside to inwards, right? So, epicardium, that is the outermost layer, mesodermal in origin, made up of simple squamous epithelium. Then myocardium, that is the middle layer, which is thickest, and mesodermal, which is made up of cardiac muscles, which are striated but are involuntary. It helps in contraction, relaxation of heart. Next, that is endocardium, that is the innermost layer, endodermal in origin, made up of simple squamous epithelium. Then septum. So, interauricular septum, interventricular septum, and auriculoventricular septum. First, that is interauricular septum. It is a partition between left and right auricles. It is shifted slightly towards left, so the right auricle is slightly bigger than left. An oval depression, which is called as a fossa ovalis, is present on its posterior part. It is remnant of foramen ovale present in fetal stage, which closes at birth. In fetal circulation, the lungs are non-functional and bypassed, so blood directly reaches the left atrium from right atrium through foramen ovale, and after birth, this opening is closed. Therefore, it is called as fossa ovalis. Next, it is interventricular septum. It is a partition dividing left and right ventricles. It is shifted towards right, so the left ventricle is bigger than right. Then auriculoventricular septum, that is, it separates 2 auricles from 2 ventricles. It is shifted towards upwards towards auricles. Therefore, auricles are smaller as that compared to that of ventricles. Then chambers. So, the mammalian heart is made up of 4 chambers, that is right auricle, then atrium, that is right auricle, right ventricle, left ventricle, right? Auricle, that is atrium. So, right auricle, that is a superior vena cava and inferior vena cava, bring deoxygenated blood from upper and lower parts of body respectively. The coronary sinus receives deoxygenated blood from right and left coronary veins and drains it into right auricle. This deoxygenated blood drains the right AV foramen into right ventricle. Then right ventricle, that is, it receives deoxygenated blood through right atrioventricular foramen, that is AV foramen, from right auricle and drains the deoxygenated blood into pulmonary artery through pulmonary valve, which reaches lungs for oxygenation. Then left auricle, that is, it receives oxygenated blood from lungs via pulmonary vein. Left ventricle, that is, pure blood is drained into left ventricle through left AV foramen from left auricle, which drains pure blood into the aorta, from where it is supplied to systemic organs. The next, that is valves. So, right atrium, that is, all the inlets are guarded with valves to prevent black backflow with the blood. The superior vena cava opening is said to be guarded by Haversian valve. The inferior vena cava, which opens below this, its opening is guarded by a valve called as Eustachian valve. That is, during embryonic life, the valve guides the inferior vena cava blood to left auricle through foramen ovale. The opening of coronary sinus in right atrium is guarded by Thebesian valve. Then left atrium. So, as its inlet is pulmonary vein, that is 4 veins in man and 2 in rabbit, that there is no guarding valve. Then AV foramen. The right AV foramen has a unidirectional valve called tricuspid valve, which is made up of 3 flaps, which allows entry of blood from right atrium to right ventricle and prevents its backflow. This unidirectional valve is present on left AV foramen, is made up of 2 cups, and hence it is called as bicuspid valve. That is also called as a mitral valve. The valve of ventricle has columnae, Czerny and papillary muscles, whose one end is attached to the ventricular valve and other end is connected to the cups of AV valves by chordae tendon. The right ventricle, its outlet is in pulmonary artery. it is guarded by pulmonary semilunar valve. Then left ventricle, its outlet is in the systemic aorta. Its opening is guarded by aortic semilunar valve. Both the semilunar valves are made up of 3 cups each and are unidirectional in nature. From the 2 ventricles, the pulmonary artery and systemic aorta arises out in the form of arch, which is called as pulmonary and systemic arches. These arches cross each other, and at a point of crossing they are attached by a ligamentum arteriosum. Ligamentum arteriosum is the remnant of ductus arteriosus, which is a small channel connecting the lumen of 2 arches which gets closed at the time of birth. The conduction pathway of heart, that is the conduction system of heart, it is made up of myocardium, which is specialized for initiation and conduction of cardiac impulse. Right? A specialized cardiac musculature called nodal tissue is also distributed in the heart. You can see in the figure the conduction pathway, that is through SA node, AV node, bundle of His, right? That Purkinje fibers. So the conduction system has the following parts, that is SA node, which is called as a pacemaker, which is internodal pathway which activates AV node, right? That is through bundle of His and Purkinje fibers, right? So this is the distribution system. This is the conduction system of this various parts. First, that is SA node. So it is called as the pacemaker of heart. It is present in the right upper corner of right atrium. It generates impulses at the rate of about 72 per minute and initiates heartbeat. It has high degree of automaticity. It's remnant of sinus venosus. Stimulation is conducted at the rate of 1 meter per second. It is discovered by Keith and Feck. Then next it is internodal pathway. It is network of neuromuscular pathway that connects SA node and AV node. Then that is AV node, atrioventricular node. So it is smaller than SA node and it is situated in the lower left corner of right atrium closer to atrioventricular septum. It can generate impulse at the rate of about 40 per minute. Stimulation is conducted at the rate of 1.5 to 4 meter per second. It is also discovered by Kent. Then next it is bundle of His, that is AV bundle. It is connection between atrial and ventricular musculature. It begins at the AV node and then divides into left and right branches as it descends down towards the ventricles. The left branch of AV bundle descends on left side of interventricular septum and it is distributed to the left ventricle after dividing into Purkinje fibers. Next, there is the Purkinje fibers. They are distributed throughout the endocardium of ventricles and propagate the impulse in entire ventricular musculature. The nodal musculature has the ability to generate action potential without any external stimuli. It is auto-excitable. Then, blood vessels. So, in closed type of blood vascular system, blood vessels is of 3 types: arteries, veins and capillaries. In figure you can see regarding artery, capillary and vein, regarding the structure of artery, capillary and vein. So, artery carries oxygenated blood from heart to different organs of the body and veins carry deoxygenated blood from organs to the heart, and this blood is impure normally. Capillaries, they are present in between organs and these are the vessels through which exchange takes place. Anatomy of arteries and veins, right? So, normally there are 3 layers which is found in the walls of blood vessels, that is tunica externa, media and interna. Externa, that is, it is the outermost layer. It is formed of loose connective tissue in which there is many collagen fibers, elastin fibers and longitudinal muscles. Then tunica media, it is thick layer of circular non-striated muscles and a network of elastin fibers. And tunica interna, that is, it is a layer made up of squamous epithelium and it is also known as endothelium. One more layer is present in bigger arteries. It is known as elastic membrane. This is found in between tunica media and interna. So these are the layers which are well developed in the walls of arteries as compared to that in the veins. Walls of arteries are thick and more muscular, and these walls are elastic and non-collapsible. The walls of veins are thin, less muscular and non-elastic and collapsible. In the walls of blood capillaries, only endothelium layer is found. Its cells are flat and squamous The walls are perforated. These blood capillaries join the artery with the veins. Blood capillaries were discovered by a scientist named as Marcello Malpighi. A thin network of blood capillaries is present in the walls of blood vessels itself, which supply blood and other necessary substances to the blood vessels. This blood supply it is known as vasa vasorum. Thank you for watching this video. For more such videos, please like, share and subscribe our official YouTube channel Pharma Ignite, and please press bell icon for more such notifications. Thank you.